Hello, welcome back. Mindfulness Monday with Johnny Tiger. Kitten has gone to bed, so I am flying solo. The date is October 10th, 2022, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone of my fellow Canadian, all of you here in Canada. Happy Thanksgiving. We've made it another year. Well, the year's not quite over yet, but hey, it's good to be thankful that we are still here, and that is, at least to Kitten and myself, on a personal level, more true than ever because for those of you who have been paying attention to this channel, you know that we have been very sad lately. We've suffered a great tragedy, lost a dear friend, one of our best friends. Heck, never mind one of our best friends. We've lost, this world has lost one of the best people in it that I've ever known. Without reason, without rhyme, just sudden and, as far as I can tell, senseless. But be that as it may, some people may think that I'm going to, uh, in my usual fashion, dedicate a Soul Search Sunday or Mindfulness Monday to talk about dearly departed James, my brother, my good friend. But not yet. It will happen sometime, but not yet. The wounds are still too fresh. I just did the eulogy yesterday. I don't think I'm emotionally up for a clear-minded discussion or uh, portrayal or of this fantastic human being that is no longer with us. So I promise you guys that one day I will tell you all about James. Um, but for now, first I want to give some thanks because, hey, it is Thanksgiving. First and foremost, I will thank whoever's up there, whatever power that is up there. I'm not exactly religious, but I'm not atheist either. I'm more of what you would call a deeply spiritual person who is not really a follower of any particular one God at this point in my life. But hey, if you're up there, thanks. There's a big part of me that is very angry at you right now for taking my best friend away. But I want to thank you for giving us a chance of at least temporarily get to know this wonderful person. I want to thank you for keeping us safe and helping us through another year, make us learn through trials, tribulations, joy, sadness, whatever that it is that we need to learn in this lifetime. Second, I want to thank Kitten, my beautiful, intelligent girlfriend. Uh, Honestly, if Kitten wasn't here with me this last 2 weeks, I would be a total mess. Like, I don't even know what I would be like. Actually, right now I'm kind of dreading when she leave because uh, I'm still going to be grieving and she won't be here to hear me piss and moan about how much I miss my best friend. She'll still be on the phone, but no, well, there's that. So I want to thank Kitten for being here, helping me through this very difficult time. I also want to thank James's parents uh, for producing such a fine person. I want to thank James's younger brother. He did something very incredible. After James passed away, his younger brother carried his urn in a backpack on his back, walked 120 kilometers in 4 days, climbing up the mountain to a shrine, because that was a pilgrimage that James and him agreed to do when James was still alive, and so now he finished it for his brother. That was incredibly amazing. Like, there's a lot of heroics in this world that we don't often hear about. We hear about the sad stuff, we hear about the bad stuff, but this was something that I want to share with everybody. So I'm incredibly thankful that I have the privilege of knowing some of these amazing people in my lifetime. Next, I want to thank all my friends who have again seen me through this very difficult time. Thank you guys for still being here and uh, all the help you've given to Kitten and myself while we are struggling with this crushing tragedy. Last but not least, of course, I got to thank all of you because you are what keeps this channel going, and this channel, in a very big part, is what keeping my sanity grounded. Um, Being able to create something that's meaningful to somebody is a very important thing. And it's because you guys commenting, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, sharing it with your friends, that this can keep going. You are the fuel I need to keep this going. So thank you guys. Hope you are going to have a great Thanksgiving. Now, with the thanks out of the way, now some people say, well, what about the American ones? What are you going to do for American Thanksgiving? Don't worry, there's something worthwhile being thankful for every day. I'm sure I'll find something to talk about on American Thanksgiving too. But for today, I want to do a quick little talk about IQ versus EQ. Now, most of us know what IQ is. IQ is a measuring stick that is a scoring system that measure how intelligent you are. So, what is EQ? Well, in short, EQ is a scoring system, how to measure how good you are in social etiquette, in emotional uh, etiquette, in emotional connection, how good you are in dealing with people. In another word, uh, obviously there are a lot of people that have really high IQ, but you may have social or low EQ. These are um, the stereotypical geniuses that we see in our workplaces and on TV. Like, these are incredibly intelligent people who can memorize 1,000 computer formula, who can play a million piano tunes from memory, and yet when you try to get along with them, you can't, because it's almost like they're from another planet. They don't understand that they are rude. They don't understand how to talk to people. They don't get your jokes. They don't get your little sarcasm. They don't get these little social niceties. They don't seem to have been brought up in the same world that you and I have. These are people that will have super high IQ and low EQ. And of course, there are people who have super high EQ, but like IQ wise, they're as dumb as the doorknob, right? You and I, we have all seen people like these. People who are social butterflies. Everybody loves them, but you don't know why. Because when you talk to them, they seem so dumb. They don't know anything. They don't really seem to have a solid skill, but they seem to be able to blend in with anybody. They seem to be that social butterfly and the socialites that is the center of attention all the time. So should IQ be better? Is IQ better than EQ or EQ better than IQ? This is a debate that rages on in many circles and it will come up again and again. First, let's establish this. This shouldn't even be a debate in the first place because EQ and IQ are not mutually exclusive, in which I mean you don't have to be one or the other. Okay, it is perfectly possible to have good IQ and good EQ, and it is also possible to have lousy IQ and lousy EQ, in which means you might not have any friends. Um, so it doesn't have to be one or the other. It's not that IQ have to be better than EQ, EQ have to be better than IQ. However, if we look around in modern society and how the hierarchy of a workplace is laid out, uh, what we often will recognize is almost without any kind of difference, the boss, the top guy, the leader, the president, whatever you call them, the chairman, the top dog is not that super intelligent guy. The super intelligent guy, super intelligent guys, in fact, guys and girls, are the ones that worked for the top dog. And the top dog, quite often, is just a guy with super high EQ, a guy who is good with people, who is good with socializing, who is good at getting the contract, getting the connection, building that connection, maintaining the customer relation, and all that stuff. Okay, so that is definitely something that we want to keep in mind that having high IQ is great, but very rarely will that get you to the top. To get to the top, to get to a leadership role, because leadership, what does leadership mean? Leadership means people need to follow you, right? So leadership by default means you have to work with people. If you want to work with people, IQ is not half as important as EQ because only by having strong EQ can you get people to follow your lead. Otherwise, you'll just be that super smart guy that no one else likes. Now, with that said, quite often a person who has high EQ will gather a lot of people with super high IQ around them. And it's almost like magnets that they attract each other because the person with high EQ on an instinctual level would know that he or she is not as bright as they should be. But that's okay because they know how to get the people they need to work with them or for them. On the other hand, the people with super high IQ know automatically that they are really smart, but they can't always communicate to people about what they want, and people can't always work with them. So if they flock to someone, if there's someone from the top tier that say, "Hey, that's okay, I'll handle the organizing, the managing, the getting people together. You just do your job." That is a big weight off the shoulder of the guy with high IQ. So some people say, well, okay, now how you say leaders usually don't have high IQ? How about the famous generals in human history? They have obviously have to be super smart to win wars and stuff like that. Yes and no. Most of the time, the generals are not the one calling the shot. Most of the time, the generals are the one leading, but the generals usually have a whole bunch of advisors on the side. That those are the guys with high IQ. Now, in a rare occasion, you will find a general that have super high IQ, but even then, when we really want to come down to it, the general is not the top dog. The general usually have to report to someone else. The king, the emperor, the president, the chairman, the prime minister, right? They have to report to somebody. So they are still not the top dog, no matter how high their IQ may be. But if you do look at the top tier, the top leader of a country, very rarely will you see someone that's known for super high IQ. Most of the time, these people are incredibly good politicians, are good with people, they're good with getting people to vote for them. That's how they get in the first place. Assuming it's a democratic country. I mean, if you're a communist country, you just need to be the guy with the most guns. Um, so that's a little bit different. Now, the way I've been going on, kind of make it sound like I favor EQ, right? So like a lot of people say, so you're saying IQ is no good, and EQ is what you need if you want to be the top dog. Well, if you want to be the top dog, okay, don't forget there can only be one top dog. There's only going to be one president for a country. There's going to be one king, emperor. In an organization, in the organization, there's going to be one CEO. There's going to be one boss. Okay, there's only going to be one. So if you really think that you want to and you can have a chance to become the top dog, the top person, the person in charge, then yes, high EQ is what you need. However, if your whole uh, motive, if your whole working direction, if your goal is like a lot of us, you just want to find a place to work and you just want to work and go home, then a high IQ probably will serve you a lot better, especially in the initial uh, stages. In the initial stages, when people first join a company or organization, it's all about who is more skilled. Okay, you can have super high EQ, but a lot of time in the beginning that just make you look a little bit like a brown noser, an ass kisser, right? You're good with parties, you're good at socializing, but you don't have the station, you don't have the, you're not in that position where people respect you yet. So that high EQ won't do you much good. But at this stage, when you first join an organization, the people with high IQ will be the people that get promoted. These will be the people that get paid more, get put in higher positions because their skills are valuable at this point. But now, uh, if you join an organization, let's say a person with high EQ and a person with high IQ both joined an organization at the same time, I will tell you like for the first 3 years, the person with high IQ is going to have the best of everything. The person with high IQ is going to be the one that get promoted. The person with high IQ is going to be the one that get salary increases, and the person with high EQ, all he's or she's going to get is a reputation. And now, once that reputation is established, after 3 years, from the third year to maybe 5 years, 6 years, uh, then they are on very equal footing. At this point, the person with high IQ is highly respected for their skills, but the person with high EQ, after establishing a reputation being a good person, also enjoys a lot of perks. And this is when they are very equal to each other. However, if you stay long enough, if you are going to 10, 20 years with an organization, then you will find that suddenly it's going to be the person with high EQ that get promoted much faster in the end than the person with high IQ, because now they are being considered for managerial role. So when people look for managers, when people look for supervisors, they don't need super smart people. They just need people who can keep the team together, keep the team moving in the same direction, and always get people to be happy working together. So this is when the high EQ people really shine. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Okay, if you're just joining an organization and to do a contract, a project, then your high IQ is going to be the ultimate success. But if your goal is a long-term one, if you want to join this organization and slowly work your way to the top, then you need that high EQ. And in the end, no matter which one, don't ever forget that it doesn't have to be one or the other. Just because you have high IQ doesn't mean that you're destined to have low EQ. Vice versa, just because you have high EQ doesn't mean you have to have low IQ. People with high IQ and social or low EQ maybe spend a little bit of time um, holding back on your ego, pulling back on the rein, putting on the brake, stop being the know-it-all person, and work on your social skill. Don't be uh, so sure that because you're so smart and other people are so dumb, you don't need them. You do need them if you want to get along in this world. I mean, it doesn't matter how smart you are, you won't get along on your own. You won't get anywhere on your own. So, uh, if you have high IQ and low EQ, then yeah, swallow your pride and get down from your high horses and mingle with us mortals a little bit. And if you have high EQ and low IQ, don't just resign to that either. Don't say, oh, well, no, I'm just that dumb. That's okay. People love me. No, because eventually, if people realize that you really aren't good for anything, they won't like you much longer either. You still need to be able to contribute and pull your weight. So if you have high EQ and so-so or low IQ, then it is time to take a few courses, upgrade yourself, take out some books, and read and expand your horizon. Because in the end, only the most balanced people are the most valuable people.